Hello everyone and welcome to Case of the Ex Tarot reading. This is for all of you who have a Sagittarius Ex. We are going to look at the energies surrounding your Sagittarius Ex and see how they feel about you, how they feel about the relationship, how they feel about getting back together, and why they feel the relationship had to end, or, you know, just their perspective, how the energies will unfold for this month only, and then some advice for you guys. So, those of you that have a Sagittarius on your mind where things did not work out, let's take a look at Sag's overall energy when it comes to the relationship that you guys shared and how they feel about you, just everything. Very high perspective of their energy. And then, of course, we'll draw more cards to break it down. Okay, so at least you know with this card, guys, those of you that have a Sagittarius Ex, I don't care how they're fronting, they are definitely hurting. Loss, grief, sadness, restriction. So they feel it. They feel the loss of you. They feel the loss of the relationship. But with restriction there, to some capacity, you know, some of your Sagittarius exes out there might feel as though like there is no going back, just depending on, you know, what played out in the relationship. So let's pull some more cards. But, you know, that everybody that has an ex that you're hurting over, you want to see this because, you know, at least they're feeling it too. And so if they were just like a total jerk and like, you know, acted like you weren't anything, well, they put up a nice front, okay? This in no way indicates, oh, I want to get back with you, but it says, hey, I feel the loss of you and I feel the loss of our relationship, and, you know, I'm having a little bit of trouble with that. So that's a decent card. So let's see what your Sagittarius Ex's emotional energy is around you and the relationship you guys shared. All right, so we have the Seven of Cups. What this means is emotionally, this is kind of like a fluctuation, like one moment I want this, one moment I want that, next moment I want this. So emotionally, your ex-Sagittarius isn't quite sure what they want. Not what they want with you, not what they want out of life, not what they want out of a relationship in general. It's just a very fuzzy, kind of up in the clouds type of energy. And this can also indicate like some unrealistic thinking and unrealistic emotions. So they are the Seven of Cups. Let's see what their mental energy is around you, and then the relationship that you guys shared. All right, so we have the Four of Orbs, and basically what you see, this is a very like solitary type of energy. So there's a lot of emotion, and it's you know, you see the coloring of the card, the clouds. It pairs nicely with this. There's a lot of emotion going on inside your ex-Sagittarius, okay? And they're kind of in contemplation mode, like they really don't know. This pairs well with this card. It's like, yeah, on one level, you know, I want this, but then, you know, that doesn't really work out with what I want over here. And so it's kind of like I'm in contemplation mode. I haven't made up my full mind or a decision about anything, but I'm in contemplation mode. So let's see what their spiritual energy is towards you. Wow, so we got the Two of Flames here, and you know, to me, this is the card that I would, you know, indicate as twin flame, but in the context of this reading, I don't know that I want to read it that way. I read this just based on what's going on here more as I'm of two minds about this relationship, okay? So your ex is of two minds about you and the relationship that you guys have shared. again, you know, it's coming through in these cards. And, you know, to some degree, for some of you, your Sagittarius ex may be feeling like you guys have this great connection, but it's like there's no final decision here of, you know, what I want to do, what I want to happen here in this relationship. So let's take a look and break down this into like actual emotions. So the first card will represent how your ex is currently feeling about you. Remember, we're just looking at the energies for April 2017. And how your ex feels about the relationship you shared, and how your ex feels about a potential reunion or communication or just whatever. All right. So how they're feeling about you is empowered, powerful, capable, and strong. This can go two ways for me. Either they feel that you are an incredibly powerful, strong being, and you are capable of, you know, moving on and going through life without them, like you're strong enough, and perhaps they might even feel that you're a bit stronger than they are, especially if you are the one that broke up with Sagittarius, okay? But for others of you, and, you know, apply this to your situation, how this fits, I feel as though your Sagittarius ex feels like they have a lot of control over you still. Okay, so that's a very opposite message of the first one. That's why I'm saying apply it to your situation, how it fits. It's just like, you know, on one level, they think that you could make it through life just fine without them. And, you know, maybe for some of them, they even want to hand you the world. Like they really care about you. But on the other hand, some of them, it's like they feel like they still control you, like they own you, and like they are your world. So there might be some emotional manipulation there. How they feel about the relationship: powerless, paralyzed, ineffective, weak. So in the relationship that you guys shared before you guys parted ways or had a falling out, whatever happened here, they were feeling, and I think this, like, I'm going to have to go two ways with this. You know, on one level, some of your Sagittarius exes were feeling as though, you know, what they wanted, the way they saw things, like it didn't matter. Like they had no control, no say. You know, it was like you were the more dominant personality. Now, on the other hand of this, for those of you where you had a very controlling Sagittarius ex, this pairs very well with this. It's like, you know, they left you in a very powerless position, and they still feel that they, you know, have control over you. So this is a nice card. I like it. This is how they feel about getting back with you, or communicating with you, or having a resolution or reckoning something. This is going to be a different energy for every one of you because this is a general reading. But, you know, your Sagittarius ex doesn't want to be on bad terms. And some of you, that's because they really do want this reconciliation. And for others of you, it's like they want the energy to be good between the two of you for whatever reason. Like maybe you guys had a really long relationship, and there's an element where they want to preserve some of that. But this is a really good card. Some of you, I feel like those of you where Sagittarius really screwed up, like they want to be back with you, and they really feel like there's nothing they can do. Like it's all on you. Like you have all of the control, all of the say, all of, you know, the power here. For others of you, if you were with a Sag that was just very controlling and possessive and, you know, kind of oppressive to you, if they're trying to come back, I don't know that you want that Sagittarius back, if that speaks to you in your relationship you shared with them. Okay, I don't know. Because with this here and this, it's like such a manipulative energy, okay, paired with these cards. So if you were with a Sag that did you dirty and left you high and dry, or was just incredibly, you know, possessive, controlling, and jealous, and you're considering a reconciliation in April, you might want to reconsider that, because I don't see any change in that energy. Now, for those of you where things just didn't work out, or you broke up with Sagittarius, or maybe even Sagittarius broke up with you, but it's not that like abusive, crazy type of energy. It's a whole different type of energy. And, you know, I feel like, again, they're in this contemplation of how can I make this better? What can I do? You know, I really want to be back, or I really want to make this right. So, let's take a look at why your ex-Sagittarius thinks the relationship can't be together, or why it ended. Okay, so we have the High Priestess of Fire, and just because this comes out, again, this could be about somebody being really controlling, kind of abusive in some situations. You know, this is a general reading, so if that doesn't speak to you, please do not be offended. Like, it's ridiculous to me how offended people get in a general reading, that I'm not looking at you, I'm looking at overall energy, okay? And if Spirit has a message for you up in here, you'll know it. If you're not feeling this reading, Spirit does not have a message for you here. So please do not hate me because of what's coming out here, because it does resonate with a lot of other people, and that's something else that makes me laugh. But anyways, this is saying some of you, like there was like this crazy energy between you and this Sag, whether it was, you know, just on your side or just on their side, or like a equal thing, like you guys come together and it's just like cray, like fireworks, amazing, out of this world. But again, the other side of that coin, like when it's bad, it's bad. So to me, with this card, there could have been like this huge blow up, like something could have just really went down, and it could have been at the hand of Sag, and that's why they're feeling like, you know, damn, I don't know if I'm ever gonna have this relationship back. But there's an element of needing of purification as well. So no matter what aspect you are relating to this reading, there's an element of energy that definitely needed to be purified and healed and, you know, changed, like it wasn't working. Okay, and so we have House of the Night. What an interesting card with belonging. Okay, so either Sag didn't feel as though they fit in with you, your lifestyle, your family, or they didn't feel as though you fit in with them, their lifestyle, and their family. And that doesn't have to be like a negative thing. That could just be like you guys are quite opposite of each other. You guys could have a really good chemistry and a great connection and amazing sex, but it's like, you know, everything else, it's just like it doesn't work. And so maybe your friends and family are like, you know, maybe that's not the best relationship for you. That's a toxic relationship for you. So let's see. Let's pull some energies here about how this will play out. Okay. For you guys in the month of April. We'll pull one more card. Okay, so we have trust. So, and then heart-to-heart conversations. Okay, yeah. Like I said, with that card right there, no matter what has happened or what has transpired, Sagittarius does not want to have bad blood with you or bad energy with you. Whether they put it out there or not, there's an element of them that, you know, really wishes things could have happened differently or would have gone differently. You know, there's not yucky, ugly energy here. in your Sagittarius. It's just like this just didn't work out for whatever reason. So let's see what is keeping you holding on to your Sagittarius ex. Like, what is the thing? Like, why do you feel like this potentially is the one you're supposed to be with? Or if you just, maybe you don't even want to be with them, but you're like, oh, I just can't get over them. Look, and then we have a 5 there, and 4 plus 1 is 5. So this is definitely challenge and change for you guys. All right, I see the world twice here, the world there, and then the world here. So the reason why you are having a hard time with this is, in some element, some aspect, you saw this Sagittarius as either somebody you could spend your whole life with, or you saw like they're your whole world. You wanted to give them the world, things like that. But also with the world card, some of you could be watching this because you are finished with your Sag, but your Sag, it keeps coming back to you, okay? But in the month of April, you know, there's definitely energy for a conversation to take place to talk about, you know, all of this. And I'm not surprised because, you know, we're in Mercury retrograde through the middle of April. So it's definitely an energy of tying up loose ends and making amends and all of that. I don't really see like, oh, we're back together, happy and in love. I just see like there's communication happening between you and the ex in April. And again, some of you are ready to let go and move on, but there's just, maybe this conversation needs to happen to give you that closure. But for others of you, I just feel like no matter what, Sag is like your world, your one, and that's just how it is for you. So let's pull you some advice to see how you should navigate the energies with your Sagittarius ex in April, for those of you that you know, are going to be having this communication. You know what? Some of you, I just have to say this because this is general, because this is trust and heart-to-heart conversations. Some of you, there is going to be absolutely no like verbal communication whatsoever, and you need to trust that. Okay, you do. For others of you, this conversation, if it takes place, it's more about like clearing of energy, making amends, a reckoning. It's not, this is not like, hey, let's get back together. I mean, that could be discussed, but this is more like talking about energy. Like there's a lot that needs to be talked about and worked out before it would even be advisable for you guys to try to like be together as a couple. You know, it's just, there's some serious energy that needs addressing here. And that's why you guys broke up. Okay. It's just like, our fights are just crazy. So with this is a card that fell out as I was shuffling. This is Freedom Horse. This is your advice for April. I would say this is a big, strong confirmation of don't get back. Don't try to get back. Don't be thinking about getting back with ex-Sag. What you should be thinking about, if anything, you know, is working out this energy. 100% working out that energy. Yep. Cycle of life. Everything has its cycle. And this is saying love and honor every cycle of your life, every relationship, even if it was, you know, hardship, like there's something to be gained. And with this, you guys are definitely, in April, there is some sort of closure. There is some sort of completion, especially with the world there. Wounded healer. Okay. Before we talk about this, I just want to say, and with this, there is a new beginning for you, whether it's with your ex-Sag or in some other new romantic partnership. To me, April looks like all about healing energy with your ex-Sagittarius, whether you're doing that directly with them or it's something that you're doing inside of yourself, because they're really inside of themselves trying to work everything out, okay? So lastly, wounded healer. this is saying there is a lot of pain either on your side or their side. And if your Sag is the one that's really hurt by everything, this is saying, you know, if you don't want them back, be really gentle, be honest, give them the conversation to let them know how you really feel, because that will allow them to be free and begin to heal. Now, for those of you who are missing this Sagittarius and wanting to get back and all of that, this is saying what I have been saying. There's a lot of pain inside of you, and the energy needs to be healed and mended before you even think about coming back together. Okay, like you need to heal your own energy about your Sagittarius before, because sometimes when we really miss somebody, we think, oh, you know, let's just get back together and that will make us stop hurting. Well, it won't really, because what was wrong when you left is still wrong when you come back. So that's like your focus for April, is healing that energy for whatever that means for you guys to move forward, whether that's getting back together or that's we're just going to be friends, or you know what, too much has happened and we can't even talk. We need some time far away from each other, maybe years, okay? So for those of you who have a Sagittarius Ex, this is the energy that I received for your reading for April. This is for April only, so these energies are definitely going to be changing as we come into May. So I hope that you have found this reading helpful, and I'm wishing you guys all the best. Take care.